uh, reading. We are going to talk about wonderful stories in this book, Home, Life, Relax, Please. Here, now I'm reading, just listen, and it helps to improve your language skills and your personal skills. So it was just sunset time, beautiful clouds in different forms. However, hover in the sky, the ethereal shape of the clouds presented a magical splendor to the eyes. Each moment, the shape of a clouds were changing. Every change was a grateful moment. Technical change. Every change was a grateful moment. Every change was grateful moment, teaching humanity that change would be grateful. The only thing consistent in the life is change. Change is not death. Change is a moment from breath to breath, from splendorous to splendorous, mystery to mystery. Wow, what a beautiful words from this. Change is not death. Change is a moment from birth to birth, from splendor to the splendor, mastery to mastery. I felt that the dance clouds were communicating something profound to me. They were living souls, giving me sermons from the beyond. They were telling me, don't keep the secret, your heart to yourself. Share them with us, share them through your smiles. Talk to us from your eyes, and we will hear it with our heads. The night was dark, the sky deep, the Ashma river berated with the silence, and the birds in that nest were asleep. The voice of the beyond was loud and clear, adding to the stillness of silence. My eyes welled up with tears, wetting my smile, and thus making me open out my heart to the beyond. The Demonos tried to their best to eat without bending their elbows and utterly failed. Cursing the Lord, and they went back. Angels did not have any problem. Each took a morsel of food and feed the other, thus mutually feeding each other. They attaining immortality. The third quality of a good leader is in the learning the art of managing people. Andrew Carnegie said, take away my people, but leave my factories, and soon grass will grow on the factory floors. Take away my factory, but leave my people, and soon we will have a new and a better factory. Wow, what a quotation! Take away people, but leave my factory, and soon grass will grow on the factories floors. Take away my factory, but leave my people. Soon we will have a new and better factory. What a news! It's a very wonderful thing. In managing people, one has to keep their hope alive. One has to teach them to manage their disappointments. A good leader does not worry too much about his career but works on the career of other. Wow. See, works on the career of others. When a successful man was asked what was what was his greatest asset, is answered, I consider the ability to awaken the enthusiasm in my people as the greatest asset that I possess. See, I consider the ability to awaken the enthusiasm in my people as the greatest asset that I possess. So he answered that. So enthusiasm, maintain the enthusiasm is the asset, big asset. To maintain the managing people is good asset. To awaken people's enthusiasm is the greatest skill that a leader can possess. When Andrew Carnegie was asked about the secret of success, he answered, one should have the patience of a gold miner when working with people. To get a little gold, you have to patiently remove lots of dust. So we can get the gold for after reviewing lots of dust. So someone has stated beautifully, there is a difference between a boss and a leader. The boss pushes the subordinates. The leader inspires them. Wow, what nice. The boss depends on the authority. The leader on goodwill. Wow. The boss say I. The leader says we. So the boss says I. The leader says we. The boss says you go. The leader say let us go. What a beautiful verse. Again, I read the same lesson from that this book. Nice story he narrated, leading your being. It was a sunset time. Beautiful clouds in different forms hovered in the sky. Am- Ethereal shape of clouds present a magical splendorous to the eyes. Each moment, the shape of clouds were changing. Uh, every change was a great, graceful moment, teaching humanity that changes could be graceful. The only thing consistent in life is change. Change is not death. Change is a moment from birth to birth, from splendorous to splendorless. Okay. Mysterious to mystery, mystery to mystery. I felt that the dancing clouds were communicating something profound to me. Wow. I felt that the dancing clouds were communicating something profound to me. They were living souls, giving me sermons from the beyond. They were telling me, don't keep the secret of your heart to yourselves. Share them with us. Share them through your smile. Talk to us from your eyes, and we will hear it with our hearts. The night was dark, the sky deep, the asrama reverberated with silence, and the birds in their nests were asleep. The voice of the beyond was loud and clear, adding to the stillness of silence. My eyes welled up with tears, wetting my smile, and thus making me open out my heart to the beyond. Managing change is an art of good leadership. To be successful in life, one has to have good leadership qualities. A good leader has very important vision. The ordinary pa- paradigm paradigm is mine is good, but the extraordinary paradigm is whatever is good in is mine. Can we learn to awaken this energy, whatever is good within us, irrespective of our culture, religion, and nationality? If a leader can imbibe and digest this, he would be an inspiring individual. In esoteric teaching, there is an important law called the law of the three. The positive effort you put in is called the first force. As you put in positive force, there is a negative force that would affect the positive force. This negative force called the second force. If one continue put in positive force, there would be a third force that would be descend and transform the negative force into a positive force. This world is law of three. If you don't if you do not continue the putting a positive force, then the negative force will take over. So the law of three says be open to the negative force but continue on the positive efforts. So, my dear friends, if you continuously read a book, automatically the vocabulary and way of construction of sentence you can learn easily. By reading the English books, it will help us to improve your English vocabulary skills. So it's very important to you. Hi friends, welcome to Rama Science World. Now I'm reading a wonderful book. Oh, life relax, please. Swami Sukubodhananda. It's a full of stories. I love these stories. Really motivated to you to do better work. Whatever you are doing now, this book help us to improve your way of thinking levels. It's very effective book. A biology teacher asks students to observe a caterpillar metamorphosing into a butterfly and do not touch it during the process. The teacher leaves the classroom after giving the instruction. The students, while observing the metamorphosis, see the butterfly struggling to come out of the cocoon. Out of compassion, they assist the butterfly in coming out of cocoon. In the process, the butterfly dies. The teacher comes back to the classroom and asks the students, "Why did the butterfly die? Why did the butterfly die?" The answer, "We do not know. We only try to help the butterfly emerge from the cocoon." The teacher said, "You fools, the struggle of the butterfly while emerging from the cocoon strengthened its wings, and by passing the process, you killed the butterfly." Oh, oh. So don't help sometimes to the people comes out from the difficulties, because the difficulties gives the strength to them. So sometimes not helping the people is also good for them. If you help all the times, people can't learn. See, difficulties also help to learn what required to them. So sometimes difficulties also helps too, my dear friends. The moral of the story is struggle are not as a bad we think them to be. So struggle is not a bad thing. A good leader understands this law, and however negative a force may exist, he strives to be positive. The second important factor that a leader should understand is this principle of leader. According to this principle, each one of us on the ladder of spiritual growth is on one run or the other, and therefore, if one has to go up the ladder of the spiritual growth, not only should one help other climb, but also not pull any other down. Just imagine a ladder on which each of fights to go up on such a ladder. There would be a chaos and not a cosmos. Hence, the Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, "Help each other to grow. Help each other to grow." The Lord invited angels and demons for a dinner and said, "There will be a divine food on the menu. Anyone who eats it would become immortal." So both groups turn up at the Lord's residence for the dinner. The Lord thanked them for coming and said, "You can have the food, but to attain immortality, you should ensure that you don't bend your arms, elbows while you eat. That is the condition. While you are eating, don't bend your elbow. Elbow means this is, don't bend your elbow." How they can take? The demons tried their best to eat without bending their elbows and utterly failed, cursing the Lord, and they went back. An angel did not have any problem. Each took a morsel of food and feed the other. If you feed other, you can't bend. So take the food and give. So you can't bend. So without bending your elbow, you can feed them others. You can feed food to others. They attaining immortality. The third quality of a good leader is in learning the art of managing people. Very important thing. Third quality of a good leader is in learning the art of managing people. Andrew Carnegie said, "Take away my people, but leave my factory, and soon grass will grow on the factory floor. Take away my factory, but leave my people, and soon we will have a new and better factory." In managing people, one has to keep their hopes alive. One has to teach them to manage their disappointments. A good leader does not worry too much about his career but works on the career of others. See, very good point. A good leader does not worry too much about his career but works on the career of the others. When a successful man was asked what was his great asset, he answered, "I consider the ability to awaken the enthusiasm in many people as greatest asset that I possess." See, I consider the ability to awaken the enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is the big asset in my people as the greatest asset that I possessed. So, motivation is very essential to manage the people. To awaken people's enthusiasm is the greatest skill that a leader can possess. Andrew Carnegie was asked about the secret of his success. He answered, "One should have the patience of a gold miner when working with people to get a little gold. You have to patiently remove lots of dust. If you want a little amount of gold, you must remove lots of dust. So, if you want a good thing in your life, you must clean all the dust from that good thing." Someone has stated beautifully, there is a difference between a boss and a leader. The boss pushes the subordinates, the leader inspires them. The boss depends on the authority, the leader on goodwill. The boss says I, the leader says we, the leader says we. The boss says you go, the leader says let us go. So, what a wonderful quotations from these books. So, your ordinary paradigm is whatever is mine is good. The extraordinary paradigm is whatever is good mine. Yoga. One should have the patience of a gold miner while working with people. To get a little gold, you have to patiently remove a lot of dust. You have to remove lots of dust. Ordinary people paradigm is mine is good. Extraordinary paradigm is whatever is good can be mine. Struggle are not as bad as we make them out to be. A foolish person can't contribute to himself. Opportunities exist in gaps. Exist in gaps. Uh, I was sitting under the shade of tree facing a vibrant stream. The birds preached on the nearby branches were busy hover all over. Squirrels moved up and down. A gentle breeze carried with it the fragrance of nature. A middle aged man came to me and asked, I have a problem. I have a problem with my son. His self esteem is very low. He is not able to get job. This adds to be his low esteem. I am tense. What shall I do? What shall I do? Research done on successful people reveals that Self confidence is the most important factor in life. Self confidence is the most important factor in life. It can be easily understood by the stool model. Just imagine a stool with your four legs. If one of the leg is weak, the stool is weak. The four legs represent the self confidence, which have components as feeling good, taking responsibility, being accountable, developing skills. See, once again, I read this context. Here, feeling good. So, suppose if you take a stool have four legs. One leg denotes a feeling good, taking responsibility, being accountable. Fourth one, develop your skills. You must develop your skills, then only you are responsible. Feeling good involves being authentic and not pretending. Our life is a struggle involving pretensions of what we are not, and in the progress we do not feel good. Ref. A manager appeared to be busy on his phone and the computer at the same time. Two persons sitting in front of him were vying for his attention. The manager pretending to be busy but and did not have the time to even greet them. After a while he shouted the reasons for their coming. One of them said he had come to repair his telephone, while others said that he had come to repair his computer. Why do we pretend? A pretending self creates a false images in us, which ultimately lowers our self esteem. Self esteem will improve, the pretending itself is dropped. Responsible children invariably possess a good relationship qualities. It is the duty of parents to inculcate responsibility in their children and make them accountable. Such a responsibility motivates them to develop new skill. This in turn builds a self-confidence in them. A research conducted on various successful people proved a fact. Their success was not because of knowledge or family background, but because of their ability to see gaps in any given opportunity. See what a wonderful sentence. Their success was not because of knowledge or family background, but because of their ability to see gaps in any given opportunity. Just the way a creeper passes through plants and creates its own path for growth. The ability to see the gaps or potential and work on those gaps is a real skill, successful living. For example, even a concrete bridge, if constantly stuck by a sparrow at particular spot sufficient number of times, may collapse. This is a well known law in physics. So, too, there are right gaps in any given situation. Successful people adopt the right strategy at the right time in any given situation. Even in competition, they do not create a conflict but harmony. Successful people are able to see the potential gaps in any particular business. Seeing these gaps and encasing on them is a great skill. This is the secret behind successful people's strategy. For example, in a table, a common man can't see gaps, but protons, neutrons, electrons are in motion. The table is an energy center and not a sheer matter. There are gaps which only a scientist can see. A politician asked a youngster, "Why are you after the guru?" The youngster said, "When I see my guru's face, I know God exists." "What do you see when you look at my face?" asked the politician. "Even God can make mistakes," replied the youngsters. See, this is a conversation between a politician and youngster. Politician asked a youngster, Why are you after the Guru? The youngster said, when I see my Guru's face, I know God exists. What do you see when you look at my face? At that time, politician asked this question. Ask the politician. Even God can make mistakes. The replied youngster. Keep yourself alive. Rejoice to see the miracle around. See the gap which opportunities invites. Cash in on the richness of life and cash in on the richness of life. See the dance of life was my advice to the tense father. If when diamonds were first discovered in Africa, there was a mad chase. A man sold his farm, started searching for diamonds, and in the process lost all his money. On the other hand, the person who brought his farm discovered the diamonds in that very farm itself, and he became rich. Hence, this expression, there are diamonds in your backyard. There are always diamonds of opportunities around us. So he mentioned opportunities is around us. Don't go for the opportunities somewhere. There are always diamonds of opportunities around us. Let us see, be allowed to cash in on them. It's a very wonderful story he narrated in these books. I love so much. It's a whole life. Relax, please. It is a very wonderful book. I suggest to all of my subscribers and my viewers, if you want to learn English and if you want to learn life skills, this book helps you to motivate you to do work better. I really suggest to you. It's a whole life. Relax, please. It's a full of stories. Super extraordinary books. Everyone must read these books. Thank you very much. We will meet into the next video. Thank you.